Here we go then.
Well, here we have a Rover. It's a P1. Now, just first time I've seen it, just arrived on the transporter, so I haven't had a chance to look around it at all. She's clearly a 14 or a 16. She's a 6-potter. Be a 1934, 35, something on that sort of line. We've had several P1s before. I think they're the most elegant. I personally have a P2, which I'm very proud to say, according to the Rover Club many years ago, is the best Rover P series P2 left in existence, with just 13,000 miles from new. But it is a P2, not a P1, and in my opinion the P1 is so much more attractive than the P2. Beautiful bit of kit, this one again, two-tone, very subtle two-tone. I like subtle two-tones. Probably people have gathered over the years. I'm a two-tone freak. I love two-tone cars. And when you get a nice subtle two-tone, darker green wings, lighter green body, you know, like a laurel green and a British racing green, very attractive. I'm going to drive it back myself now, just so I can tell people how it goes.
Absolutely beautiful. I just drove it around it, didn't I?
Yeah, you've driven it.
And I ain't got a bad word to say about it.
Oh,
Lovely.
Absolutely. Now I can only imagine that we've got wires underneath here. These are, there we go. And you know, I know this for a fact because my car's done 12,000 or 13,000 miles and just about totally original. It's had a repaint many years ago, but other than that, because the paint fell off it, or basically it was stored poorly, but all the chrome, everything on that is all original. And I'm told, reliably informed, and I believe it, that my wheels are actually factory finished. They've never been painted. And they are very close to that colour, so they've got that about right on it. These obviously were extras. They might even have the smaller hubcap in the back, but they came with a small chrome hubcap. These you could buy separately. It turned them into what we call easy cleans. It was all the rage in the 1950s, post-war, to change, if you could, wire wheels off of pre-war cars and replace them with easy cleans, which, for obvious reasons, people were sick and tired about trying to keep spokes clean. It was a big thing to do, and but now, of course, the big thing now to do is go the other way. And you know, if you've got easy cleans, you know, on a Morris 8, then something like that, then it's quite nice to put a set of wires on. But anyway, there you go. So beautiful car, known as poor man's Rolls Royce. That's what Rover were called. They were predominantly bought by, you know, solicitors and doctors and things like that. Expensive car, very costly car. You know, not as expensive as things like Lagonda and that, we know that, but a very costly car compared to an Austin Morris and such like Vauxhall. It's the stable mate to the Austin that we've just been talking about, and same condition. Very impressive car. Very impressed with it. I'm going to drive it back in a minute so that if anybody is interested, they can give me a ring and I'll tell them what it drives like. Jack's already driven it and said it's absolutely fantastic, which it will be. Proper spot lamps, horn as you can see there. I mean, it's just absolutely gorgeous. Love it to bits. I mean, I'm a fan of them because, well, I've got one, the P2, so once proving out, we're going to do that in a minute. But as I say, I don't want to keep on about it, but I do prefer the P1. Beautiful dashboard, everything you need. Got a free wheel. Now, I'd advise people in a sunroof, and I bet the blind works. I'm not going to try it. Yeah, but it does. I won't try it because I want to go and break the thing. But I would advise people, don't use the free wheel. It's a clever thing. In other words, it does away with your brake horsepower, if you like. You know, your engine braking. That's a better way of putting it, really. So basically, when you let off the throttle, the car rolls on, and it's quite a spooky feeling, which is all well and good as long as you've got a nice big open road that you know that you're not going to have to stop, because it just puts an awful lot of strain on the brakes. So my advice to people is try and resist using it, really. The tiny bit of fuel it's going to save is really not worth the danger it can risk. But anyway, there you are. It's stunning, same stable, like I say, beautiful, absolutely beautiful, lovely headlining, beautiful interior, super restored car, dead straight, lovely panels. Really important when you look down the bonnet of a 1930s car, you don't want them ripply. They've got to be nice flat panels, and this is what it's absolutely lovely. Indicators, or no flashes, I would think, on it. Are they flashing?
No, they're not out actually.
No. Have flashing in here.
Are they?
Yeah.
They might just be on back. Oh, they've still got them on the side, but they're flashing down here.
This gentleman must be, he's a connoisseur of cars, there's no doubt about it. He's got two lovely vehicles here. You cannot fault these vehicles. And we're back to the same situation I was talking about the Austin. With a customer base diminishing, we're just not getting the prices. Nobody's getting the prices that these cars are worth. You know, we'll get as good and if not better price than many sales for them because of the condition of it and such like. But they should be making a good few thousand quid more than what they're doing, really. You know, that car and that quality. You know, if you compare that to a Ford Capri or a Mark 1 Escort or whatever it might be, or something like that, you know, it's worth 20,000 quid, that car. But it's going to fetch nothing like it. It's almost criminal. It really is. It's criminal. But what can I do?